Hey Chiefs Kingdom, buckle up, because today's update might not be the flashiest headline, but it could quietly shape the entire 2026 season. We're talking special teams. Yeah, the hidden battleground where games are won and lost when nobody's paying attention. Right out of the gate, here's the teaser. 2 signings just locked in the baseline for key roles, but they might also be setting up a competition storm behind the scenes. And trust me, you're going to want to hear how this could impact field position, momentum, and even playoff chances. So stick with me, because what looks like routine contract news could actually be the beginning of a major shakeup in Kansas City. The Kansas City Chiefs just made it official. Punter Matt Araiza and return specialist Nico Remigio have signed their exclusive rights free agent tenders. On paper, it's simple. Both guys are back for 2026. Each player locked in a 1-year deal worth $1.075 million. Non-guaranteed. That detail right there, that's where things start to get interesting. Because in the NFL, non-guaranteed doesn't just mean affordable, it means replaceable. And that changes everything about how we should read this move. Let's talk about Matt Araiza first, because his journey in Kansas City has been anything but comfortable. Since arriving in 2024, he's had to fight for his job every single offseason. In 2024, it was Ryan Rickow pushing him. In 2025, Eddie Zaplicki stepped in as competition. And guess what? Araiza responded every time by leveling up his performance. That tells you something about the culture here. Nothing is handed out even if you're already on the roster. And heading into 2026, that pressure isn't going anywhere. Now flip over to Nico Remigio, and the story gets a little more complicated. He's coming off a down year, and there's no sugarcoating it. He logged 29 kick returns for 741 yards and added 25 punt returns for 191 yards. Solid numbers? Maybe. Game-changing? Not quite. And to make matters worse, he missed the final 2 games of the season with a knee injury. That's the kind of timing that puts a spotlight on your role. So what do these signings really mean? At the surface level, they secure depth and continuity for the Chiefs special teams unit. But dig deeper and it's clear. This is just the starting point. This is the floor, not the ceiling. The front office is keeping options open, low-cost deals, 0 long-term commitment, maximum flexibility. That's strategic roster building at its finest. And here's where things get spicy. Competition is coming. You can almost guarantee it. Dave Tubb, one of the most respected special teams coordinators in the league, thrives on internal battles. He wants hunger. He wants urgency. So don't be surprised if new names start popping up in training camp, pushing both Araiza and Remigio to their limits. Let's go back to Araiza for a second. His leg strength is elite, no question. When he's on, he flips the field in a heartbeat. But consistency, that's been the challenge. And in the NFL, especially for a contender like Kansas City, consistency is everything. One bad punt in a playoff game can change the entire narrative. That's why the Chiefs will never settle. And for Remigio, the pressure might be even higher. Return specialists don't just need to be reliable, they need to be explosive. They need to change games, spark momentum, and give the offense short fields. That's the expectation. If you're not doing that at a high level, the team will look for someone who can. Now let's talk about potential challengers. One name already in the mix is Brashard Smith. He could bring serious competition at the kick returner spot. Speed, agility, and fresh legs, that's a dangerous combination. And if he flashes in camp, Remigio could find himself in a real battle. Then there's Tyquan Thornton, a player with intriguing upside as a punt returner. If he taps into his speed, he could add a new dimension to the return game. That's the kind of internal competition that forces everyone to step up. And knowing this front office, they're not done yet. Late-round draft picks or undrafted free agents could absolutely enter the picture. The Chiefs love finding hidden gems, especially in roles like this where value can come from anywhere. So don't blink, because a name you barely know today could be making plays in Arrowhead by September. What makes this situation fascinating is the balance between stability and competition. The Chiefs aren't panicking, they're preparing. They're building a system where no one gets too comfortable, but everyone has a fair shot. That's how championship teams stay hungry year after year. And let's not forget, special teams matter more than people think. Field position, hidden yardage, momentum swings, it all adds up. In tight games, especially in the playoffs, these details decide who advances and who goes home. That's why these small moves are actually a big deal. So Chiefs Kingdom, I gotta ask you, do you trust Ariza to lock down the punter role this season? And what about Remigio? Can he bounce back and become a true difference maker in the return game? Or is it time for fresh blood to take over those spots? Drop your thoughts in the comments because this is one of those battles that could quietly define the 2026 season. And keep your eyes on training camp because this competition is going to be real. If you're enjoying these Kansas City Chiefs updates and want more breaking news, analysis, and insider-style breakdowns, make sure you're locked in with the channel. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything from Chiefs Kingdom. And don't forget to share this with fellow fans, because this season is already heating up, and we're just getting started.